What's up?
Every time. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody?
What's up?
What's up, everybody? Cue the theme music.
Woo!
What's up, everybody? I'm Joey.
I'm Jared.
And this is RIFFING, where we take the most common questions that come up from friends, colleagues in the studio, on the internet, on the social medias, and we answer them in real time, or as they say in the biz, riff on them. So that's what they say. Everyone's saying it. Just, if you're paying attention, you'll know. Jared's turn to pick from the tea box of wonder.
It's Harney and Sons. They do not sponsor us, but I do love it.
We're sponsored, I think.
Are we?
Yeah, by them.
Oh, okay.
They don't know it.
No, those two are stuck together.
They are sticky notes. All right, thank you, Harney and Sons.
Thank you, Harney and Sons. How do I know if the sound the student is making is right?
Honestly, a great question. I guess I'll start. I think one of the most challenging aspects of beginning to teach, if we're thinking about the process of learning how to teach and teaching someone to teach, what you're trying to do are acquire experiences where you can triangulate information. What improves your ability to teach is your ability to solve complex problems. Teaching someone to sing is just a constant series of complex problem solving. To improve the complex problem solving, you have to acquire a multitude of experiences so that you can start to understand how different experiences relate to each other. And that is what helps you improve at problem solving in general. And you can apply that to any other kind of thing, complex problem solving you experience in your life, whether it's knowing how to sing, knowing how to play a sport, play a complex game. Most teachers, when they start teaching, have an abundance of singing experiences that they can apply to help them navigate this. Understanding where a sound is going has a lot to do with the probably further than where the student is right now, pretty distant from them. You're going to look at professional singing examples that let you know where that sound is going, and then you're going to try and figure out the sound that the student is making right now and slowly start to make these adjustments. But the short answer to that is you got to start teaching and you got to start learning by doing, so that you start to have the ability to see how one student's sounds relate to the next, and that will give you a better framework for where this is going.
I also think that it varies widely based on the level of the student that you're teaching, and knowing what the professional end goal is amazing, but also knowing what the goal for that student is. If the goal of the student is that they can go and have their chosen karaoke song, that's very different from, oh, I want to get into this amateur choir, which is different from I want to get into this professional a cappella group, which is different from I want to be a recording artist or sing on Broadway. For the people in the later camps, the right sound is going to be something that is in the ballpark of things that other professionals are doing. It's not taking away from individuality, it's just that certain genres have oral expectations on what a pro sounds like in any given type of song or music. But then if we're looking at people who are singing for the joy of it, just because they cannot yet open belt a D, which is the hardest thing we ask higher voices to do, can you take me home? Within like musical theater and pop, it doesn't mean that they shouldn't sing a song that a pro would be expected to do that on. If it's joy-giving and it's not making it so they can't sing after they do it, then I think it's also a viable thing, versus somebody who's a pre-professional track where you might actually have to put some brakes on them and say, okay, great, we're going to give you this repertoire that's developmental, so that way you are making consistently professional quality sounds at the level that you're at. What does a beginner versus an advanced beginner versus intermediate, and then all the gradations all the way through being a pro, what do those look like? And that's why scaffolding repertoire, when you're in a private studio in a place where you don't have a lot of professional musicians, versus being in New York City or Chicago or LA where you have a lot of pros, versus being in university, looks really different. Because you never want the quest for right to like squash somebody's confidence and joy. It should always be moving towards something else. And students also, they know when they're singing a song if the way that they're singing it isn't matching the like vocal emotional journey that's been created. It's something that they'll feel, and they'll often point it out to you, and then you can be like, you know what, I think that this song is going to be a great builder song to get you to be able to sing Greatest Love of All.
That's a really important designation. That right has a great deal of context. And it's the right for who and for when and why. I guess if you're thinking too about anyone's experience with singing is for it to feel like an empowering experience the whole way through, that you can actually enjoy that process in which providing the context for right now is very important. I guess my brain in the beginning there went to say, this is how the beginning teacher understands how to say, okay, how do I know what is right now, rather than right in general. And that's probably an important thing for us to point out as well. Yeah. Baseline, we have to say that the definition of right is right now. And then to understand that, then you need a great deal of context to say, how do I know what is right now? How do I know what is incrementally better than the sound they made previously that is still great progress for this moment that keeps them encouraged and growth continuing and coordination's improving? The idea of how do I know that sound is right is really dependent on the context of what they want out of their voice, and then your own experience of how is this helping them navigate towards whatever standard they want for themselves.
And just getting satisfaction out of their singing life. That's one I feel like we could do another follow-up on.
There's more to that question.
There is.
I'm going to leave it at that. Let you kind of hang out with the philosophical definition of right. What is right? What does it mean to be right? Is it just the opposite of left?
Or is it the opposite of wrong?
That's right.
Is it? That was our riff.
Yeah, that was it. That's what you got this time. Have fun with that! Cue the